Hello guys, today I'm just making a video on some basic insights on how to solve questions related to the topic of polynomial division. I know many of you guys have this concept coming up for your exam, so hopefully this video can help you all in order to understand this much better. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe. It really helps a lot. And yeah, let's start with the video. Alright, so what's a polynomial? That's the first thing that we have to consider, is that a polynomial is an algebraic expression that's consisting of a finite number of terms with non-negative integer indices only. So what I mean by this is, let's give some examples of what polynomials are really about. So 3x plus 5, this is a polynomial. It has a non-negative integer indices only. Well, let's say another example, such as 2x squared y minus 4y plus 6. This is another example of what a polynomial is about. And the simplest polynomial that we can take is 8. Alright, so now let me give you some cases where certain things are not polynomials. For example, square root of x is not a polynomial because this is a fractional index. 5x raised to the power negative 3, that's a negative index, so this is also not a polynomial. So these two, square root of x and 5x raised to the power negative 3, they're not polynomials. Square root of x is a fractional index. 5x raised to the power negative 3 is a negative index, so this cannot become a polynomial. Similar to 3 divided by x, this is also not a polynomial because this is a negative index. Polynomial division is mainly about, it's like a method for splitting polynomials. In fact, pairs with or without an accompanying remainder term. So technically this is like an alternative method for factorizing cubics. Another point when dealing with polynomial division is that you have to have all the terms correctly. So for example, let's say x cubed, let's say x cubed in this case, not x squared, so x cubed plus let's say x squared minus x plus c. These terms are needed. The x cubed part is needed, the x squared part is needed, and the x itself is needed when dealing with polynomial division. If none of this are given, or let's say if one of them is not given, such as x squared, what you can do is you just put 0 as a coefficient next to x, so you can get 0x squared. This could become one of the ways in order to fill out these missing terms. So you have to have, when dealing with polynomial division, you have to keep it in this term or in this form. Okay, let's move on to a question in this case. So the question states that for a polynomial f of x, x raised to the power 3 plus 6x squared minus 9x minus 14, we have to divide f of x by x plus 7. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to write x plus 7 square root. Let's say we're going to divide that, since x raised to the power, by the way, this is just a division form, so it's not a square root, just this is how we divide, or any dividing symbol you guys want to write. X plus 7 divided by x raised to the power 3 plus 6x squared minus 9x minus 14. So we're going to start dividing this. So the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to divide the first term in the cubic, that is x cubed, divided by, let's say, the first term of the divisor. By the way, well, just to make it clear, this is the divisor and this is the dividend. So these are some of the terminologies that you guys have to remember. So divide the first term in the cubic, that's x cubed, divided by the first term in the divisor. Alright, so that's the first step we have to do. So we're going to get x squared, and we're going to write this on the top, x squared. Alright, once you do that, you're going to multiply the divisor's answer, which is, let's say, x squared. We're going to multiply it by x plus 7. So that's the second step that we're going to do, is we're going to do x squared multiplied by x plus 7, which we're going to get x cubed plus 7x squared. So now this is the result. We're going to write this at the bottom here, x cubed plus 7x squared. Once we do that, we're going to subtract them. Alright, and we're going to get, this is going to become 0. So indirectly, you can say that this cancels out. 6 minus, let's say 6 minus 7, that's going to give us negative x squared. And then we're going to bring this down, which is going to become negative 9x. Now you're just going to repeat the process of dividing it, multiplying it, and finding the remainder, subtracting the remainder, and just repeat this whole process again until you get the remainder as 0. So let's repeat this again. We're going to divide the first part by the part here. So negative x squared divided by x, that's in the divisor, that's going to give us negative x. We're going to write this on the top, negative x, and we're going to multiply negative x by x plus 7. negative x times x plus 7. That's going to give you negative x squared, negative 7x in this case. So we're going to write this part here at the bottom, negative x squared minus negative 7x. We're going to subtract that, negative 1, negative minus 1. That's going to give you a 0, so this is going to cancel out again. In this case, we're going to cut that out. Let me just delete this part so we can see it better. I'm going to cancel this out. Minus 9 minus 7. Remember, the negative signs are very important. It's going to become negative 2x. We're going to bring this at the bottom, so it's going to become negative 14. Now we're going to repeat this whole process again. So we're going to do this time the first part of the cubic, or let's say the first part of the equation, negative 2x. We're going to divide it by the first term in the divisor. So negative 2x divided by x, which is going to give us negative 2. Once you get negative 2, you're going to write that down at the top. So it's going to become negative 2 here. And then you're going to multiply negative 2 by the divisor. So you're going to have negative 2 multiplied by x plus 7, which is going to give us negative 2x, negative 14. We're going to write this part at the bottom, negative 2x minus 14. And we're going to subtract again. This is just division. So negative 2 minus 2. That's going to be 0, so it cancels out. Negative 14 minus 14, that's going to give 0 as well, so it's going to become 0. The remainder is 0, and what we can do is we're going to write down the final answer as, let's say, x cubed plus 6x squared minus 9x minus 14 divided by x plus 7. That's going to give us our final answer of about x squared minus x minus 2. Now you can further simplify this just by finding out what's going to come next, or you can just find out the values of x, but you can leave it as it is. Or if we can write it in another notation form, we can mean that x cubed plus 6x squared minus 9x minus 14 is equivalent to x plus 7 brackets x squared minus x minus 2. We can write it in this form as well. And yeah, so it just means, this means it's equivalent to that form notation as well. This is polynomial division in simplified form. I'm just going to hold the screen so that you guys can take some notes. And yeah, you can leave it as this or this, but preferably just mention that this means that the final answer is resulting in this form. This seems to be the end of all the questions. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps a lot. And new content will be posted soon. And yeah, I think that's it. All right. Bye, guys.